Alright, so this is wash number 2 with oven cleaner and soap. I got a different brand this kind, and I pressure washed it. I'm letting this sit on it again before I wash it. I'm gonna hopefully clean these guys up. I can't notice the difference, but if you probably compared pictures, it would probably look a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna hit the backs of this with the oven cleaner again soon, but it's looking like it's mostly just gonna have to be sanded.
2 hours later.
That's after another cleaning. They look the same to me. That one especially looks a little bit dirty. It's a little bit worse in real life than it is on camera. Hoping the centers are gonna clean up as nicely as this one has been. Like, look at that. That one, it's probably gonna need to be sanded though. And that's pretty much, well, I don't discredit it too. Actually, I take it back. Where that's been going through, that's looking really nice. I just need to get the rest of the hub to look like that on the wheel. So I didn't record this on video, but on each wheel I took out all the hardware. And it took forever. It took me like 2 hours to get all those seized bolts and stuff out, and they've been sitting in vinegar, trying to get out all the like rusted on silicon from the seal and just rust and stuff. They've been sitting there about an hour. I'm probably going to give them about an hour more. This is after about 2-3 hours in vinegar. They're looking better, but not quite where we want to get it. We're going to put it in Mr. Pibb, ironically in a empty Mr. Pibb bottle that we're going to fill up with some Mr. Pibb. But we're using Mr. Pibb or Dr. Pepper or Coke or Pepsi for one reason. It has phosphoric acid in it. And the phosphoric acid is what will actually remove the rust and some of the stains on these bolts. So alright, here we go, Mr. Pibb time. Man, that looks appetizing. Oh, time to let that sit overnight.
The next morning.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be removing the faces. I've got this hunk of wood. The larger the wood, the better, just because it distributes the force more evenly. And then I'm just going to take the hammer and just... There you go. That works. Before you do this, always check to see if your wheels are face mount, reverse mount, or sandwiched, because this will not work if they're reverse mounted or sandwiched. And what that means is you've got the face and got, well, the lip and the barrel. If it's sandwiched, it means the face is sandwiched between the lip and the barrel. If it's face mount, it'll mean that this is on top, this is on this side, and you'll have to hammer it in from the rear. Or if it's reverse, like mine are, it just comes in from the back and you just pound it out there. So that's 2 down, 2 to go. That's 3 down, 1 to go. So there you have it. 4 faces, 4 lips, and 4 barrels. Now I got to disassemble the lips and the barrels. So I found a method to splitting these wheels that have been welded together by time. Put my drink down here, because you do need a little bit of space to do this. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our knife and we're going to split this bead down the center. I'll show you up close. We're going to split this bead right here. We're just going to come at it from both sides. I've already done 2 of them, so this is the last 2 that we're doing. I more or less use the first 2 as the way to perfect my methods. And so that allows this last one, these last 2 to be the ones that I'll show you that I'm actually doing them well, because I'm not playing and spending like 4 times as much time per wheel to try to figure out what the best way to do this is. I'm making 2 cuts. I'm going in one way from one side and then one way from the other side. So to cut like that V pattern to get the little bead out. And don't be afraid about going too hard about cutting the bead, because you're not gonna really scratch the aluminum too deeply with the knife, unless you're trying to go straight across it. It's gonna have to be cut down. I'm probably gonna resand these anyway. And so all along the wheel, I'll show you what we're looking for. We're looking to cut the bead so we get a little bit of a cavity right in there. Like that wasn't there before. I'll show you what it's, I already showed you what it's like on the bead. And so we're creating a cavity there. Now I'm gonna take this hammer. I'm just gonna pretend you didn't see that. That didn't happen on any of the other ones. Normally you'll be able to pull them apart by hand, but this one was a little, they've been welded together by sitting in a junkyard for like 30 years. So yeah, we're going to do that last one. That one actually split a lot easier than the other 2 I did. This one's nicer face. Where's the face arrow? There we go. Doesn't have to be hard. Oh, there we go. Easy. Alright, so this is the before pile of bolts I've been cleaning up with a wire brush. This is the intermediate where I polish the centers, but I haven't gone back and polished the ends. And these are the done ones, which are looking pretty nice. I haven't really cleaned up the threads because they'll be fine because I'm just putting new thread locker and stuff on them. But these cleaned up really nicely after the Dr. Pepper bath and all the other steps. I'm actually going to show you the process behind one of these. I haven't lost a single nut yet, and that's actually pretty worrying. I counted them in groups of 10 and I have all 144 of them. These cleaned up decently as well. They're a lot better than they were. And this pile of bolts here are the ones that I might have to get new ones of. Like there's one of these here that's pretty fucked and stripped. That one. That one's pretty stripped. I stripped that one when I was doing them, as you can see. So I might have to order like 10 new ones, but it's not like I'm ordering 100 new ones. So that's not going to be too bad. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys how to polish one of these. Alright, so after doing this almost 144 times, I've gotten the method down pretty much. Important thing to note is I've been using a brass wire wheel and not a steel wire wheel because the brass is a softer wire wheel and won't damage it. So I'm using this small conical one. Go over the centers. And you take the brass wheel. Now here's where the beauty shine comes in. God, I'm trying so hard. Got it. My valve stems just came in. I got some of the extended angle types because obviously we're running reverse, so they're going to have to come from here and then go in. So it looks like these are going to be perfect for what I'm trying to do. Oh god, that's my finger. Oops. So these are actually looking perfect. Big thanks to wheelflip.com. More wheel parts. How exciting. Gotten a little bit more progress on refinishing all the bolts. It's even shinier than it was before, and I've got probably like 10, 12 more to do. It's a lot like brushing teeth, actually. I guess I'll do a short demonstration of me cleaning up threads. You can see my E36 in the background. Yeah. And we're just going to take one of our brand new nuts real quick. Make sure it threads on easily. And that it does. Oh boy, all the bugs are starting to come out. That's how we know that that bolt is good to go. So, my order from Black Forest Industries came in, which is the 10 replacement bolts to the bad hardware that we have. They're not exactly the chrome that I wanted, but they're 24 mil, they're same head size, same socket size. So, they're not bad. They're about like, $1 each, and I bought like 10 of them. So they're originally for like the BBS RSs, but that'll work. Good. Might try to polish them. So I think that actually concludes the first part of the wheel build, which is, all the hardware. We've got our valve stems, we got our bolts, we got our nuts. So, for sure. First part of the wheel build buckled away.